while the Amazon rainforest is being consumed by fire. In fact, there's an 80% increase in fires just over the last year alone. And this comes, of course, after the hottest July our planet has ever seen.
There's fires swallowing the Amazon rainforest.
On the descent, you saw this really clear aerosol line in the atmosphere, this really clear layer of smoke. And that freaks people out. It just landed in Sao Paulo.
It was the wildfires raging throughout the state.
Drought, a heat wave, and strong winds are the elements for the disaster unfolding in Southern California.
Tonight, hundreds of thousands of people up and down the West Coast are trapped in what feels like a dystopia within the dystopia that is 2020. Amid a year that's already been so brutal with a once-in-a-century pandemic, the sky in parts of California and Oregon turned apocalyptic orange this week. The smoke from wildfires blocked out the sun.
At least 5 large wildfires are burning in California, and the worst part of the fire season is actually just beginning.
This is absolutely not normal.
President Abraham Lincoln was also thinking of bold action 150 years ago when he said, "The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. We must disenthrall ourselves, and then we shall save our country." He was speaking before the U.S. Congress to confront the defining issue of his time, slavery. Everyone knew it had to end, but no one had the political will to stop it. Remarkably, his words ring as true today when applied to the defining crisis of our time, climate change. As a UN messenger of peace, I have traveled all over the world for the last 2 years documenting how this crisis is changing the natural balance of our planet. I've seen cities like Beijing choked by industrial pollution, ancient boreal forests in Canada that have been clear-cut, and rainforests in Indonesia that have been incinerated. In India, I met farmers whose crops have been literally washed away by historic flooding. In America, I have witnessed unprecedented droughts in California and sea level rise flooding the streets of Miami. In Greenland and in the Arctic, I was astonished to see that ancient glaciers are rapidly disappearing, well ahead of scientific predictions. All that I have seen and learned on my journey has absolutely terrified me. There is no doubt in the world scientific community that this is a direct result of human activity and that the effects of climate change will become astronomically worse in the future. Now think about the shame that each of us will carry when our children and grandchildren look back and realize that we had the means of stopping this devastation, but simply lacked the political will to do so. Our planet cannot be saved unless we leave fossil fuels in the ground where they belong. We all know that reversing the course of climate change will not be easy, but the tools are in our hands if we apply them before it is too late. Renewable energy, fossil fuels, and putting a price on carbon pollution are beginning to turn the tide. This transition is not only the right thing for our world, but it also makes clear economic sense and is possible within our lifetime. As a citizen of our planet who has witnessed so much on this journey, I thank you all for everything you have done to lay the foundation of a solution to this crisis. But after 21 years of debates and conferences, it is time to declare no more talk, no more excuses, no more 10-year studies, no more allowing the fossil fuel companies to manipulate and dictate the science and policies that affect our future. That is our charge now. You are the last best hope of Earth. We ask you to protect it, or we and all living things we cherish are history.